As far as I'm concerned, you never ask a lawyer what the most important part of the trial is. Because if you want to know what the most important part of the trial is, and I don't kid you about this, the most important part of the trial is the part that matters the most to your client. And the part that matters the most to your client is the part that tells the client what happened, and that is the verdict. So if we get to the verdict for the right reasons, we've done well. So the question is this: how can narrative direct examination help you to get to the verdict that you want? Well, let's go a little bit further with the narrative direct examination. Very often, we hear lawyers coming back from court saying, that cross-examination was brilliant. That summation was excellent. It was superb. That opening statement was as good as it gets. And we know, if we follow the studies, that the opening statements, there might be an 80% coincidence as to how the jurors vote after hearing that opening statement, even having heard none of the other evidence in the case. So yeah, it's important. But the one thing you don't hear lawyers saying, or people saying, is that lawyer did a brilliant narrative direct examination. And there's a reason for that, because they turn it over to the witness. And what they say very often is this: that witness was great, or that witness was superb, or you really didn't have to do anything. That witness was that good. But the truth is, to do a brilliant narrative direct examination, you are very much like a director or a producer of a movie or a play. That witness can't say one word until you allow that witness to speak. And that witness can't do anything in court or get out of the chair to make a point or to use an exhibit until you allow that witness to do that. So you are very much the director in control of that witness at all times. And you must maintain control because there's a goal that you have. Everything that you do on trial, and I'll say this many times, everything that you do on trial should be done with an eye toward summation, to making a cogent, compelling, and winning argument for summation. So the point that I want to make, first of all, is this: when you're doing a direct examination, or even a cross-examination, do not ever leave that subject area until you can say to yourself, I've made a cogent and compelling argument. I have enough facts brought out to complete that argument, and it is something that will assist in winning towards the end. Most lawyers have heard of this, and the definition that they always hear is, a leading question is a question that suggests the answer. Right? Everybody's heard that as a definition. But I'm going to go one step further, because to me, a leading question isn't just a question that suggests the answer. It's also a question that limits the universe of potential answers. Think about that. It limits the universe of potential answers. So what do I mean? I want to try and fill this talk up with examples, because I think examples are some of the best ways to learn. Supposing I said this: were you wearing a red dress? Objection, leading. And that's true. It's leading. I'm suggesting the answer. No question about that. But how about if I tried to use an or in there? Many lawyers think that by using an or, you're hurdling the leading question objection. Were you wearing a red dress, or was it a light red dress? Objection, leading. Judge, I didn't suggest the answer. There are two different answers there. One's a red dress, one's a light red dress. The problem is it's still leading because you have severely limited the universe of potential answers. So the point that I'm making is this: if you're really suggesting the answer in any way, that's the problem that you have with leading. Now, is leading permissible?